this theme that I adopted, nobody wants a boss, but everybody wants a coach. You know, if you're going to be a great leader and you're going to lead your people to great success, you've got to have a coach's heart. And a coach is trained to look for the good things in people. You know, everybody, every piece of flesh that's ever been born, at one time in their life were dreamers. They felt good about themselves. But do you realize that 90% of the people that you recruit in business today, on the outside, they might look confident, you know, but inside, folks, they've been crushed. You know, they've lost their confidence. People have treated them bad. They've almost given up on themselves. And it's your ability as a coach to look inside those people and see something good and help them to believe in themselves again, to feel good about themselves again. That's going to determine, you know, how far you take your team. Today, this morning, we're going to talk about how to build a team. Now, the first thing in how to build a team, we need to think about, you know, what a team is. See if this makes sense to you, Richard. A team is every player working together to reach your goals and your vision. That's everybody working together. Everybody buys into what you're all about. See, a team is every player believing in and following your system and your principles. Now, why do you want to build a team and not a business? Because a team allows average and ordinary people on the outside to do extraordinary things. Now, when I say average, ordinary people on the outside, there's nothing average and ordinary about people like us. You understand that? But on the outside, if we went to a big company and applied for a big job, you know, me as an example, if I went to some big company and applied for the presidency of this company, and on my resume I put down I was a football coach, I had a PE degree, do you understand there's not a big company in America that would hire me to be president or CEO? Do you understand that right now today? Not one. And I ain't nothing but a dadgum double stud, right? But see, folks, if you have the ability to build a team allows extraordinary people like me on the outside, but inside that has a heart of a champion, a desire to be somebody, to do something important. The power of a team allows people like me to do extraordinary things. Now, another thing you need to understand when you think about building a team is the power of a team, a power of a group of people that buys into a concept or a cause or a system. You know, let me give you a couple of examples. Michael Johnson was the Olympic 400-meter champion. He won 55 consecutive races. He was undefeated. There was nobody in the world could beat him in a 400-meter race, okay, for a number of years in there. He set an Olympic record of 43.9 seconds. But do you know they also have in the Olympics like a 400-meter race, you know, where 4 people run 100 meters and you have a baton, you hand it off, right? Do you know the women's Olympic team, 400-meter team, beat Michael Johnson? They ran it in something like 41 point something seconds. The men's Olympic team, 400-meter team, beat Michael Johnson. They ran it in something like 37 seconds. See, there's no individual can match the power of a team. And see, A.O. Williams gave people like us a chance to build a company within a company. Folks, when I left business, when I left coaching to go in business, I did not leave coaching to sell life insurance. You understand that? I hate sales, okay? Every day for 20 years when I woke up, all I thought about was building a team, was building my own company within a company, right? Now there are three disadvantages in being a salesperson. Number one, you're unemployed every day you wake up. You don't go make a sale, you don't eat, right? Well, I didn't want that. I'm a very security conscious person, right? I love coaching. I love the guaranteed salary. I love the fringe benefits. I loved having a place to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and be at school. I love that kind of structure in my life. You understand that? In salespeople, it's a very insecure kind of profession, right? I mean, you can stay in bed if you want to. You're your own boss. You wake up when you want to. You can work if you want to or not work if you want to, right? But it's a very insecure position. If you don't sell, you don't eat. Well, the second disadvantage of being a salesperson is you have a very limited opportunity to make a big income. I came in this thing to build financial security for my family. Well, if you're just one person out there, you can produce just so much business, therefore you can just make so much money, okay? The third disadvantage I found in just a sales career, because I sold for 2.5 years part-time, is you really get bored just doing the same old thing, right? If you're a salesperson and all you're going to do is go out and prospect and sell, that after a period of time, you just get bored with that, right? Well, building a team with A.O. Williams offered me three big advantages. Number one, it gave me a chance to build a secure income. By building a team, I began to override dozens and then hundreds and then eventually thousands of people. So if I became sick, if I became disabled, if I couldn't work one day, my income would continue on, correct? The second thing is it gave me a chance to build a potentially big income and an ever-growing income. The more people I recruited, the more people I promoted, the more sales they made, the bigger my income continued to grow. And then the biggest single surprise I got out of my career at A.O. Williams is how A.O. Williams would continue to challenge me by building a team. About every time I would get to a point where I was sort of getting a little bored, or I felt like I was getting peaked out, maybe I was a sales leader, I would get promoted to district. Or when I was building a base shop and I was getting a little bit tired of continuing just to build a base shop, I was popping out an RVP. And I was opening up a new territory. I was moving into Texas, or I was moving into California, or I was moving into Idaho, or I was moving into Canada, right? So by building a team, you have three distinct advantages. You have a chance to build a secure income. You have a chance to build a potentially big income and ever-growing income. There's no top in your income. And then number three, there are always new challenges in building a new team. Now, to build it big, to build a big team, folks, you've got to get involved in your people's lives. You've got to know their family. You've got to know their dreams. You've got to have the ability as the coach to show people you love them, you care about them, you believe in them. See, building a team the A.O. Williams way, folks, it's messy. When you get in people's lives, it's messy. You understand that? People take advantage of you sometimes. People stomp on your heart sometimes, right? You see, the A.O. Williams way, it takes a little longer. It's a little messier, okay? Because you're dealing with people. You're getting involved in people's lives. But you know what? The A.O. Williams way is the best way to build a company. And my question to you is, why not do it the best way? You've only got one way to live, right?